Hey, don't go anywhere. I think I'm having a problem. What is going on here? Well, no, stand down here and dust yourself off. What is? Okay, I don't want the TV. I'm just gonna get my. Why is it live? No, don't go anywhere. This is so weird, guys. I don't know. I don't have any idea what's going on. What are you talking about? Why is this thing acting so weird? What's going on, guys? I don't know what's going on. I don't know. It didn't give me an option not to go live. It took it live automatically, which is really weird. Sorry, guys. I don't have any idea what's going on. That was strange. Didn't let me edit anything. It just straight to live. What's up, guys? How we doing? Give me a minute. I want to figure this out. Hold on. So weird. All right, whatever happened, I clearly have messed something up. So, my apologies. There we go. Give me one sec. So, first thing we got to do, that's still showing. Let's turn on the display capture. Jump over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's your 10 spot. Brace antenna is on top. Brian Carpenter on the bottom. Special post values only. Let's go over here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on. There's our list for tonight. Everyone check it out. I'll give you a second. We're going to print it and roll. Taking off the display capture. Hello, Angie. Angie or Josh, I'm not sure which one I had. Sam, Joel, Marie, Justin, Ryan. My apologies for that. That was weird. I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. I don't know what was going on, except, you know, technology. It's smarter than me. So you guys can take a look at that. Give you a couple of minutes. While Justin hands out the cake. Justin, start handing out the cake while everyone's settling in, since you had to bring it tonight. Mandy wants to trade the Royals for the Cubs Rockies. What now? Come on. Man, I'm just breaking everything tonight. Okay, so the Royals. Mandy is taking the Cubs Rockies. Ryan Addison is taking the Royals. Okay. There you go. What else you got? Four minutes, we roll. And then once Justin hands out the cake, we'll have a story time. Everyone loves chocolate cake. Just a small piece for me, though, Justin. It's hard for me to tell my stories when I'm eating cake. Hey, Sam did get the Twins. Look at that. But he wants to trade the Red Sox. That's a pretty good spot. That's Duran, right? Technology beaten. So what I'm gonna have tonight, as we go through, anytime we have a patch or anything without a name on it, Annette has the computer up behind me. She's gonna jump over and look up the team and then put the name on the back of the top loader, not the card, the top loader, and then we'll be able to go through that easier, a little bit faster than me looking everything up. Any cards that we don't know right off the top of my head, I'm gonna have her look up. Get some roll going. I hope everyone is having a fun and exciting Monday, peaceful and calm. It's always nice when it's peaceful and calm. I know it is 4 days away from Topps Chrome. Four days away from Topps Chrome. Looks like we're getting all quiet now. I'm just gonna roll. If anyone decides they want to do anything in the interim, let me know. Can we keep the teams and move this to the Bowman value case? We could. We could. But everyone would have to pay more. Or, Mark, you could keep the teams the way they are right now, pay for everyone else to upgrade, which I'm sure everyone would agree with, and then we'll move on like that. Does everyone agree to that, Mark? It will pay the difference between this and a Bowman value case, and then he can keep the Yankees. Everyone agree to that? Let's see where I'm at. It might just work. That's not a horrible idea. I think we're pretty good. I think we are pretty good. Oh, look at that. Cameron Cannon. No one decided to trade with Sam, and Sam gets the first auto. Cameron Cannon. Sam has the first auto. The first of what I think will be a few. What I think will be a few autos. Make sure everyone tells me if I miss anything. I know there are some SPs in here. We'll go back and take a look as we're sorting. Make sure we don't miss any SPs. That was fun. Congratulations. You have a medallion for Bryson Stott. I'm going to guess he's a Philly. After all, it does say Phillies right on the front of the card. So I don't think it's a stretch to say that I think I'm right. All right, everyone got a piece of cake? You ready for some story time? Justin brought chocolate. Everyone have a piece of chocolate cake. If you need one, let Justin know before we all settle in. Tonight's story is a fun story. Tonight's story is about teaching lessons, learning lessons, keeping your ego in check, and not expecting what happened. That's a good way to put tonight's story. It's a little bit of everything. This is gonna take a little bit of explaining, so it's a good thing we have a lot of time to explain. So yesterday there was an auction here locally. Dominic Fletcher blue. I don't know. Should I know who Dominic Fletcher plays with? I feel like I should. Hey, I need a Sharpie. Dominic Fletcher was drafted by the Diamondbacks. Is he a Diamondback in here? I don't know, so I'm going to have Annette look it up. Here, Annette. So whoever he is with on the checklist is who he's going with. Montero for the Cardinals. Cardinals have an autograph. Yeah, that was kind of cool. So, I don't know. You're looking up the name, though. Do Control F. Okay. Okay, hold on. So I got up early because I wanted to go check everything out. There were cards all the way back to, ultimately after I got there, there were cards back to the 30s. They were beat. You know how these things are. All that stuff that old, nothing was in great shape. And turns out the family, the daughters were there, and they were talking about there was an unusual amount cards all the way 50s, 60s, 70s, all the way up until early 2000s, but not a lot. Mostly it stopped about 85. Most of it was 50s, 60s, and 70s. So it was a pretty good. There was a pretty good mix there, and a lot of autographs. Just a ton of autographs. Like I said, the daughters were there, and they were talking. They were both very nice, and they were telling everybody about the autographs just to make sure that everyone understood that they were legit. Where they got them from, and they knew they had a lot of information on it. TJ Sycamore. So we wound up with 3 autographs in this one. That's nice. He is a Yankee. Hey, where'd you, Fletcher? No. So Fletcher is on the Diamondbacks. I just want to make sure that we're keeping proper track of everything. And because I mean, when I say Matthew Lugo Green, when I say a lot of autographs, I'm talking a few hundred. I mean, legitimately a few hundred autographs, which was good and bad. 52 out of 99 for Lugo. A lot of Cardinals, as there would be, since this is a Cardinal area, but also a lot of big Hall of Famers, Hall of Famer autographs as well. And so we were there before just about everyone else. I didn't intend to be, it just so happened to be that way. So after I got done looking at everything, we were just kind of hanging out, and I was watching the table, watching who was there, watching who, a lot of these times with these things, you have people who know each other, people that frequent these kind of things where there are baseball cards at. And sure enough, this one there was one guy who was there. Clearly someone everyone else knew, and I vaguely recognize the guy from card shows. But anyway, so they came in with their preconceived notion of how this was going to go down, and there was one guy there, one bozo there, who had he was going through everything, trying to talk people out of stuff. Oh, this card's trimmed, and that card is this, and this card is that. And I'm like, I'm not seeing any of that stuff. And he kept taking binders. There was one binder in particular. It was a green binder. That it was a pretty good binder. There was a 68 Johnny Bench rookie in there. There were 67. There were all but Mantle in 67. I mean, there was Mays. There was Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente. There was a lot of guys in that binder. Ryan Nelson, 6 out of 10. Nice. Ryan Nelson. I never can remember who Ryan Nelson was with. But this is a red. This says the Diamondback. Say, Nat, can you double check that? Make sure he's a Diamondback. Make sure he's a Diamondback. And it had a, unbeknownst to me, I didn't see it till afterwards, there was a 69 Mickey Mantle in there, which was kind of nice. Kind of a nice surprise. But he is. Here, let me have him. You have to write it down. It's on there. It said Diamondbacks. I just want to double check it. So Ryan Nelson for the Diamondbacks out of 10. And he kept carrying this binder around, carrying it around. He was just moving around the table. He was like repositioning things, which was really weird to me. And he was the first one there. Then pretty soon these other guys started showing up, and you could tell that they knew each other. Nate Pearson is a Buffalo Bison. I should know Nate Pearson, but I don't. Well, I mean, I do know the name. I don't know what team. Hey, Nat. Sorry, I'm been bugging you all night, Nate Pearson. And am I boring you guys yet? Tell me if I'm boring you, and I'll stop. So everyone's looking through, everyone's going through all this stuff, and I had no idea. I had no idea where this might go or how this might go down. I've never done. Look, he's a Blue Jay. I have bought baseball cards at auction before. This one was a little different. The way the guys were positioning self was weird. It was almost like they were kind of mentally divvying up what they wanted. There were two binders that I really wanted. I wanted the one that had the 60s, you know, all the 60s, the Mays and all those guys in there. There was also a binder of early 80s stuff that had this absolutely beautiful Cal Ripken Jr. rookie. Plus all the big guys from 83, all the 81 rookies. It was a good binder, and I wanted that one as well. Well, the guy that kept moving things, it was weird to watch these guys. It was really like they were repositioning based on who was going to get what. Well, there was on the side another little, you know how you go to a baseball card show and people have their little Jake Sanford for the Yankees out of 150, their little glass case that they're selling their cards out of. Well, there was one that was locked up and it had some autographs. It wasn't anything, to be honest with you, I thought it was overly exciting. I mean, there were good autographs in there. Hoyt Wilhelm, Ernie Banks. You know, there were some big boys in there. But it wasn't, you know, Adam Hall green. Adam Hall is an Oriole, right? Am I thinking the right guy? Adam Hall is an Oriole out of 99. And they started there. And there was a set that had, it was a subset, and I can't think of the name of the subset anymore. It was one of the Topps game issues, but it had the mantle on top. It was turned out it was the entire set. And so we started bidding, and it started off, it was like they were already mentally divvying up things. Well, there was a guy there from something, some LLC where I looked up the website real quick where they have like vintage games and toys and things like that. He had purchased a few other things earlier, and so when the bidding starts, it doesn't start, and I'm like, well, I want this set, so I'm started bidding, and it like surprised people that I was bidding, and I didn't think too much of it at that point. So it gets up to $40, I take the set, and then we start again, and it's like $30, and I take something else. So I ended up taking like 4 things out of there that I wanted, except I missed a stack. I missed one stack. They had a stack there. You could, if you won, you got the entire stack, and I missed it. And it had some good. It had 3 Hall of Fame autographs in there, autographed cards. And so we finished that. This is not the SP. So we finished that. Gunnar Henderson, another Oriole. And then we got over to the main table. Well, here's mistake number 1. Mistake number 1 is, at that point, I could kind of feel what was happening. That they had, in fact, kind of decided, you know, this is the collective. These guys are always together. Gold, 50 out of 50, Hunter Green for the Reds. Hunter Green. And so my daughter was there, and she was talking to me, and I said, I think this is going to get a little painful. Well, and she had, you know, so basically we had talked back and forth about it a little bit, and we were laughing. Well, they started on one half. There was 2 4-foot tables, and each side had binders and boxes and different things with cards on it. Well, they started on the close one. Well, I didn't see the guy move. All the binders were on the second table, and I did not see the guy at the last second move the binder with the 80 stuff to the front table. So I was waiting for a minute. I was going to see what happened with the first one. And then by the time I got done talking to my daughter, well, sure enough, the guy had bought that. The guy, little sneaky sucker, bought that. And I was a little ticked off by that. But it was all right. So then we got into the second one, and I took the second lot down. And then we get into the third one, and I took the third lot down. And then I'm picking, you choice. And so you're taking, if you're buying, if there's one box of cards there, I mean, if there are like 5 different boxes, you can take as many as you want at that price. So I wind up with pretty much the entire rest of that front table. That's the way that it went down after we got done bidding. And there was a box of autographs that were alphabetized, and that's the one that there was a lot of stuff in there, and that's the one everybody was looking at. And so this one guy, he was a little ticked off that I was taking everything off the first half of the table and just going with the bid. I was just going with the bid. I wasn't doing anything crazy, but I could tell that he was unhappy with it. And so we started Christian Robinson out of 150. That's a nice one for the Arizona Diamondbacks. We started, and I knew what he wanted. I knew he wanted that box of autographs. It was, let me show you, hold on. It's hard to describe what I'm talking about, but this is it. Okay, every single one of these is, most of these, that came out of there. That was kind of cool. But if you take a look at this, and I'll just do this real fast. Every single one of these has, these are all autographed. These are all autographed. They're beat up, but they're all autographed. And there's some good autographs in here on some nice cards. And so we start bidding, and it starts off, no one bids. Who wants to start the bid? $100, $50, $25. I think it started off at $5. Well, I noticed that nobody else is bidding except for this dude. There's everybody in there. I mean, from every team. And I saw that nobody else is bidding but this dude, right? And I know other people are looking at it because I can see that, beforehand. I sat there and watched them for a good hour go through these things. Honestly, I kind of felt like I wanted to make sure nobody was taking anything out of there. But that's probably not. Gabriel Moreno. This says the Blue Jays. Does it say the Blue Jays on the front? I can't see. Hey, Nat, can you look this one up for me? It says Blue Jays on this one. And so, and I mean literally. So I was like, well, I want that too. So I start bidding, and we get 25, 50. C.J. Abrams. Here's the Blue Jay. Here. Oh, it says on the back. Yeah. And so I thought to myself, this is the first part of the story where I think the part of me that still has a ways to go as a collector first rears its head, in that I had decided somewhere between $5 and $200 that I was going to take that no matter what happened. I didn't care. I was going to employ my whatever it takes method to make sure that I got those cards, right? So we hit 200, 205, 210, 50, 225. And then what do? Out of nowhere, and I'm still not completely sure why I did this. What's up, George? I say $400. Right? I say $400. I don't know why I came up with that number. I should go back and say I don't know why that number came out. 300 would have probably got it done. So this is where I should have thought this through a little bit more. But about $225, I decided that I wasn't going to play with this guy, and I was going to, because the second half was the good half of the table, that I was going to make sure that these guys understood that their divvying up days, you know, that ain't gonna happen. I'm not gonna just sit by and not do anything. And so this guy, $400, right? He doesn't bid, I win it. And then they go on to the next one, and it's going high. It's going higher than I thought it would. Higher than I thought it would, but not higher than value. I don't know why I was going in thinking that these binders would go 14 out of 99 for Brady McConnell. He's a Royal. I don't know why I was thinking in hindsight that these things would go cheaper than they were, because the binders were loaded. The binders were loaded. And so when I won that one for $400, I thought, well, you know, we'll see Kyron Paris. Nice for the Angels. Where the next one went. And then it starts off, and the guy who's carrying the binder around, he's standing with some other guy. Well, he's not actually bidding on anything. He's nudging his buddy, and his buddy is bidding. And I had decided beforehand that if there was anywhere that I saw him in on anything, I was just going to take that from him, because I didn't care. I was going to take it from him, because this is, again, it seems like what I'm doing is, it's, you know, I guess it is in part me bragging a little bit, but it's also a cautionary tale for the bad part of my personality that I know I still have to deal with. The reckless, not bad, reckless part of my personality that I still have to deal with. Because I get in these modes where I just don't care. And I got to stop doing that. I got to work on it. I really got to work on it. And so the second one, the one that I knew he wanted, was that particular binder that had the Mickey Mantle and all these other things in it. Well, I didn't know it had the Mickey Mantle until after I got it home. But I saw the Maze and I saw the Clemente. I think there were 2 Clementes. And so I just started bidding against him. It was, I don't know, 4 out of 10. Look at that. Alek Manoah for the Toronto Blue Jays. And so I got that one. I took the second one down. I went up there. I picked the one that I wanted, and I purposely only took the one. Not 62. I'm sorry, 67. And I purposely only took the one because I wanted it to go again. At that point, I was in I'm gonna shut you down every time mode, and so that is just a part of my personality that I'm still working on. Braylon Marquez for the Cubs, 1 out of 50. That's nice. Gold. Braylon Marquez. He is a Cub. And so, so then this other guy who's on the left, the one who they had, you know, he was clearly the guy who wanted some stuff. I mean, he clearly did. And so I cleared out the bulk of what I wanted from the table, and there were a few stragglers left. There were 3 binders there that collectively $100 a piece, maybe. And I had just kind of half decided at that point that I was pretty much done if I got them for a decent price. But this guy on the left started bidding, and he kept giving me dirty looks. Like I was doing something wrong. And so there were 3 binders left, and then there were a couple of boxes that had some. One of them I bought was 55 to 64, I think. But the binders were the better cards. And so there were 3 binders left, and I didn't really want those binders. But you know what? I also didn't want him to have those binders. And I shouldn't be like that. I admit it. I should not be like that. I should not be that kind of guy. So I pushed him all the way up to 185. 185. No value in those things at 185. And then I stopped. And he thought I was going to go until until I got him. And And you could tell when we did this, he was caught off guard. He was caught off guard that I stopped. And then he got mad. Brian Camposano. Because as he walked up there, he's staring at me the whole time. My kids are there with me, and this guy's just glaring at me the whole time. And he just very forcefully and very aggressively slams the one boom, boom, boom on top of each other and says, I'm taking all three. He's a Met. St. Lucie Met. Right? And then he walks back over and he slams these things down. Unhappy as all get out. Matt Wallner, look at that. Nice. For the Twins. That he had to pay, that I ran him up to 185. And then stopped. You could just tell he was unhappy with it. And then, but he also wasn't going to give me a shot at taking any more of the binders. So he took all three of them at 185. I know that's the mean part of my personality. That's the mean part of my personality. And then we got into the, and so the one guy, he had gone after, the guy who was moving all the cards around, he had gone after 3 lots, and I took all 3 of them. I took all 3 of them from him. Ryan Nelson. And and again, all 3 of the times I knew because he kept bumping his buddy. Every time I'd see him bump his buddy, 79 out of 99 for the Diamondback. That was just a sign for me to make sure that I bid until I won it. And so at the end of the day, I walked away with 2/3 of the cards from the thing. And then I went over to, and I said something to the guy that took the 3 binders. I was trying to be nice. He didn't take it that way. And I said, expensive hobby, huh? And what's up, Chris? And he did not like me saying expensive hobby to him very much. And the other guy who wanted the stuff, he came over and he's like, oh, I wanted this binder because of this, and will you sell that? I'm like, no, I won't sell this. I'm not selling that. I'm not selling that. I didn't buy them to resell everything. They're going in my collection, or I'm going to use them for my breaking business. Once again, everybody who's not into breaking, when they ask you to explain it, they look at you like they don't know what's going on. And so there's 4 guys there, and they're talking to me, and I'm explaining to them what I do. And they all have the same dumbstruck look on their face. And I'm like, I told them to where they can look us up at. I said, if you ever want to look it up, you can look it up there, and see what it's all about. But it was fun. It was fun. I'm not going to lie and say that I did not have fun jamming it in people's face a little bit, because don't assume anything. Matthew Thompson, I think he's a White Sox. What do you think? And he is orange, so he's out of 25. 14 out of 25. But I have no doubt about that, Angie. I have no doubt about that. But well, then, to continue the story, there was also some comic books there, and they had laid them all out. And these were Golden Age comic books. These were not Gabriel Cancel. The thing says Nationals down there. So let's see if this says Nationals. But I didn't think this says Royal. Hey, oh, Naturals, not Nationals. Natural. Hey, Nat. I'm getting dirty looks. So, back to Golden Age. I mean, some decent Golden Age, some Batman, late Golden Age stuff. So not stuff that had a ton of value. It had some value to it. But there was one comic book there that somebody buried. Somebody buried it. I unburied that thing 3 times, and 3 times somebody buried it back. So he is a Royal. And it was this one. And it was this one, this Tip Top Comics, because I'm a Peanuts fan, and this is the first Peanuts cover that they ever had. And it's about, in this condition, it's still about a $300 book, which was nice. And there's this young kid there, and it was weird. I guess I just never noticed it before. That they have little, but everybody was talking to this one kid. Yeah. And I was like, why? I kept thinking, why are they? And then he was standing over by the comic books. So I determined before the first thing that was going to happen is I was going to take that book no matter what. And so he had been lingering over by the baseball card, so he saw what was going on there. And so I got an eye shot of him, and the bidding started, and he was the first bidder. And I just picked up my little auction number, and I just stared at him. And as it's going on, the number keeps going up, and he looks up to see who's bidding, and it's me. And so we have straight eye contact, and he's doing his hand gesture to bid, and I'm just holding it up, looking at him. And so finally, he got the picture. Forrest Whitley out of $9.99, and stopped at $35. And when we got to $35, I said out loud, I only want one book. And that's it. Stopped. And so I got my book. I went in there and I dug it out, fished out my Peanuts comic, and then I walked away. And the very next one went for $60. The very next, and so he just decided to stop and get me out of the way. It was a good idea. It was a good idea because I was going until I got my book. I was glad it only went for $35. Matthew Thompson out of 150. He's a White Sox. So I thought that end part was kind of fun. But then the problem with that kind of the problem with doing it that way, while it's fun on the front end, it's not as much fun when you go to pay for it. It's not as much fun when you go to pay for it. And I paid for it. So, I mean, there's a real catch-22 in there. I think it's good for me for later on because it sends the message that I wanted to send, and that's the, I have as much money as the rest of you, probably more, to be honest with you. And if I want something, I'm gonna get it. That's just the way that's gonna be. And but that's an expensive first lesson. And it was an expensive first lesson. Well, expensive for me, but but it was fun. It was fun. I don't think that guy will ever talk to me, ever, no matter if he ever sees me or not. Luis Garcia. Margaritaville, Jersey. So I did walk away with, I missed two things that I wanted. One of them I should have been paying more attention to, and the other one I'm not sure how I missed it, which I don't know exactly what happened there, and I'm not sure how that happened to me. But Lakewood Blue Claw. So what I'll do is when I get, and it was funny, the last thing that happened on the first end of the table was all the leftovers. And, I figured since I bought all the rest of them, I was going to take what was left. And it was crap. It was crap. And when I say it was crap, it was 96 tops set, and I mean junk. There was a binder. Cantorino. Look at that for the Twins. Come on. There was a binder there that was just some junky stuff. But it was nice because when I was going through that, as I'm going through, there's an envelope that there was an envelope there, and so I open up the envelope, and there is a Nolan Ryan autograph. Matt Cantorino for the Twins. So that Nolan Ryan, Luis Garcia, that Nolan Ryan auto was paid for that whole thing. I paid $50 to finish it off, and that is a super. It's a very clean card with a very nice autograph on it. But there were some things that I like in there. Lots of, like I said, lots of Hall of Fame autographs, which was nice. Ryan Jensen. There was an early 60s out of 150 for the Cubs. Ernie Banks autograph. So I didn't think I spent $1,500, but then when I went through and I added everything up, I did spend $1,500. But I guess that's okay in the long term, because I established what I wanted to establish. Well, it was odd, Sam, that that they had mentally divvied up, and when I was watching them do it, it was expensive. It was expensive. The first part of it was my ego, and my ego got me in trouble. Then when my ego got me in trouble, then I was like, well, you're already in. You're already in. After I put up 4 fingers and I said 400, looking at that guy, and just stopped the bidding right there. Even the auctioneer said, well, and I've been to their auctions a lot. He said, well, that rarely happens. And then I was just staring at the guy, and he's looking back at me, but he doesn't make a move. And then, then I decided that it was time to, after I did that, I had to keep it going. It is what it is. But I'll go through, and I'll share as I go through what the things that I went through preliminarily. Like I said, I didn't even know Kevin Smith. I didn't even know that 69 mantle was there. I didn't see it on the first way around. Kevin Smith, Birmingham Rumble Ponies. That is a Mets organization. And so but I am disappointed. Montero Blue this time, that I missed out on that 80s binder. I really wanted that one. Montero, 55 out of 150 for the Cardinals. Yeah, I guess I got to figure out what we're doing tomorrow, George, huh? What do you guys want to do tomorrow? I was trying to put together, this is what I was trying to put together. See, Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday when there's new product, okay, fine. And there's not this week. But Monday, Tuesday especially, I hate going really heavy, especially after we've had a heavy weekend. With the breaks, I try to put together things that may be like this one, where there's good upside, but it's not super expensive. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I'm trying to figure out. And I was trying to do I've got 3 different Panini products over there, and I was trying to do a mixer that would be decent price-wise, but I'm having a hard time. I'm struggling to get it figured out. But I'll keep working on it. I'll try to get it posted tonight. So anyway, Matt Gorski, he's a Pirate. So there's my story about yesterday. Honestly, in hindsight, I feel a little dumb. While I feel like if I'm going to go to other auctions and bid on baseball cards to establish, a reputation as someone with deep pockets, and maybe people will give up. But on the other side of that, that means that from time to time that you have to show those deep pockets. You know, 43 out of 99. It says the Astros. Jeremy Pena. I'm going to have my wife look this one up. I'm pretty sure that is correct. I remember Pena. We talked about that, and it was Juan said. Here. I think he's the Astro. What is a... I'm not sure what a case costs anymore, to be honest with you. I've had this sitting back here for a little while. I have a case of jumbo back there too. I think we're going to do the next one will be a split. Half jumbo, half hobby like we did before. Now, Series 1 we've been at it for a long time, George. And Gypsy Queen is the value that she is an Astro. The cost is beyond the value. The cost is beyond the value for Gypsy Queen. Gypsy Queen, yeah. Because of everything that happened with the pandemic, it just went off. It just went off. Some things did and some things didn't. The other thing I still have back there, which will be fun, will be the well, I do have some more Bowman retail. The camo. And that wouldn't be horribly expensive. But more than I'd like it to be. You know, we'll see. I don't like these awkward times because I know we're going to be doing a crap ton of Topps Chrome. And so I'd like to focus on the Nick Gordon. Is this the second Nick Gordon? Nope. Star Wars promo jersey night. Nick Gordon is I'm going to guess he's an Indian, but I don't know. Rochester Red Wing. We're going to find out. He's a twin. But the problem is, the problem that I run into with these kind of things is that J.J. Goss, Tampa Bay Rays. The problem with these kind of things is I don't know how much I want to do the older stuff like that. But then when I go, you know what I'm saying? Then when I go, he's a twin on the checklist. Someone on Twitter was able to get Chrome and open it. That wasn't anything huge, but it's a nice May autograph. Really? They got it this early? It's not even releasing till Friday. How did somebody get it that early? That seems odd. You know what I'm saying? So while this one was fun, and I talked to the daughters for about 20 minutes after about the autographs and where they got them from and the shows. They were telling me about all the shows they went to, and they used to have things at car dealerships, and they would bring in celebrity, sports guys. And yeah, link it if you don't mind. Edward Cabrera. He was drafted by the Marlins. Let's see if he's a Marlin on the checklist. I'll get a couple of them before I bug her again. She's giving me the bad eye. Even though I ask ahead of time, I still get the bad look. I get the why you bugging me. I don't think you can link it to the page, George. I don't think it'll let you. Now, see, and the part of me that likes to be the way that I shouldn't be, now wants to go to the next St. Louis baseball card show to see if I was right, if it was that guy. But then, why would I be going except to be a troublemaker, and I shouldn't be a troublemaker. I should try not to be one. I try harder not to be one, I should say. Well, you guys, Angie, you guys have it, right? Thornhill? Yeah, just send it through the Facebook group. Another goal. Adam Hall. He is an Oriole. 8 out of 50. Dre Jameson is a Diamondback. Oh, did you really? Yeah, Dusty's the one that was the auctioneer when with the baseball cards. He's a nice guy. And I made some mistakes, you know, but what are you going to do? I think that part aggravates me more than anything else is that I missed out on something that I really wanted, and I let myself get caught up in the moment instead of taking a step back and seeing the bigger picture, you know? So I got to work on that. I've got to work on that. Life can't always just be a brawl. Sometimes you have to. Kyle Stowers. Is it Stowers or Stowers? Legacy promo jersey night. Kyle is I don't know who he is. We're going to find out. He's an Ironbird. Kyle Stowers, you're saying, is an Oriole? I do not doubt that you are correct. You always seem to be on top of all that stuff. Reese Hines, blue for the Reds. Oh, did you? It is kind of fun, isn't it? A little bit. I mean, yeah. I was telling my son about this, and he said, so moral of the story is don't ever take you with me to a gun auction. I'm like, what? Honestly, gun auctions don't thrill me anyway, but I mean, I go. So Kyle is an Oriole, and Edward Cabrera is a Marlin. Okay. So I do have a bunch of autographs that we're going to be able to use for giveaways and different things. I'm trying to think who there's a bunch of in there. Ernie Banks, there was a bunch of. Ozzie Smith. Oh my lord, Ozzie Smith. There must have been 8 or 10 Ozzie Smith. Lou Brock. Who else? There was another Hall of Famer. Non-Cardinal. Ferguson Jenkins. There was a lot of those. You know what? I have to go back. I don't believe there were any Killebrews. Fragments of the Farm, Gray Center. I'd have to look back there through the Kirby. I didn't take a good hard. There was one of the ones I thought was kind of fun. There was a Happy Chandler autograph in there, which is kind of cool. You're saying Gray Fencer is an Oriole? The Shorebirds. This is a shorebird as well. Okay. And that Orioles on the back of that thing. Ooh, Dave McNally. I'll have to look. I didn't take a good hard inventory of everything. I just kind of glanced through them. So I'll have to go back through all of that, and I'll let you guys know if I find anything interesting. I mean, there's a lot of interesting stuff, but anybody like that. I'm just happy I caught the Nolan Ryan. If anyone played on the Cardinals or around the Cardinals, there are quite a few Cubs, believe it or not. And several Giants. Logan Driscoll. Tri-City Dust Devils. Logan Driscoll is a Padre. When I inventory it, I'll let you guys know. I was hoping there was a Mantle autograph somewhere, but no. Brett. How are you upside down, Brett? Are you Brett? Is Brett maybe? We're gonna put a sleeve on it and a top loader on him because I'm gonna guess that Brett might be an SP. Just for the sake of it, we're gonna put that in the top loader, and then we're gonna look. Blaze Alexander. Why are you guys upside down? I'm gonna guess you guys are upside down for no reason at all, so I'm gonna set you aside. I'm thinking that we just gotta run. Let's see if we can find another. Hey Murray, is it Cody Hose or Cody Hosey? I was told by Brandon Ridley that it's Hosey. He's out of 99. But then I hear other people say it and they say Hose. I can't imagine that you would want your last name to be Hose. I would think that you would want, oops, Kyle Stowers. I tried to steal somebody's Kyle Stowers. I apologize. I would imagine if that was your name, you want to be Hosey, right? Yeah, that makes sense. Hosey. But there are some binders that are like half baseball card, half autograph card. So there's a lot of stuff. I got to get through. This guy was a big Western memorabilia collector. My lord. It's not a matter of being marked up so much, George. It went off during the whole time with the pandemic when there was no other product coming out. That's just one of them that just went off. So it's not a matter of marking up. Secondary market prices are high for it. I mean, we could get it, but it's just when a product, the cost outruns the value, I don't break it. And that one, the cost has outrun the value. You know, there's nothing that we can pull out of there. C.J. Abrams gold. That would make reselling that case worthwhile. 35 out of 50. You know what I'm saying? If in order for us to do anything, we have to pull top of the line hits, it's just not. It's not worth it for you guys. What are you going to get out of it? Ooh, nice. Look at this Riley Green autograph. Excellent. Detroit. Riley Green gold. That's a nice one. 12 out of 50. But the thing is, don't get too eager to go back, because once Friday comes, literally there's a new product every week for like 2.5 months. So we are going to be breaking so much new stuff. So don't get too eager to go back. We'll have time to go back later on, and we will. But that's not going to be for a while. I mean, it'll be, honestly, I think November probably. Even December, believe it or not, is a fairly busy month. January, maybe it's going to be pretty packed right now. Plus, there's new products coming out. The Tops, the Stadium Club Chrome, and the Allen and Ginter Chrome. Yeah, I mean, when you get to that point, everything, George. When you get to that point, all the teams have to go up in order to help make up for that shortfall, and then it just makes them not worth running either. You know what I'm saying? Jose Gomez. I just have a hard time doing those products because, yeah, nobody's buying that thing. Is it any bidders? Here, maybe look that one up. There's a couple of these guys that have more than one. Yeah. Big League, I haven't even touched the Big League yet. Ugh. I'm so lazy. Yep. I got to get to that. And that's another one that I think is, we can go long on, because it's another can we pound a case of that? 8 out of 150. And this guy is a Philly. Actually, that probably wouldn't be too bad on pricing. With the collector's boxes, but the problem with the collector's boxes now is that there's only 5. There's only 4 teams, only 5 boxes in 4 teams. So we'd have to figure that out. Looks like I missed one. Alex Fado. Alex says he was drafted by the Tigers. Is that still accurate, everyone? SP's end in 995. I don't have. That's not a 95. That's not 95. Okay. So these are not. We're just backwards. Congratulations, Ryan Jensen, Eugene Emerald, out of 150. Distinguishing or distinguished debuts. Distinguished debuts. Gold. Is this Ryan Jensen, like the Cub Ryan Jensen? This product always produces a lot of hits, which is nice. I like it. Daniel Espino, Cleveland Indians. Daniel Espino. So with that said, we're going heavy on Chrome, starting Friday, but then we've got another product out, so I'm not sure that. Oh, look at that, Wander Franco Green, 4 out of 99. So I think we're 2 weeks, because I think the week after Topps Chrome, did I say Bowman Chrome? I meant Topps Chrome, is Bowman Sterling. And that one is going to be a tough product. So 2 weeks for sure. I'm happy for what we've locked in already, because people are getting dumb with Topps Chrome already. Look at that. That's nice. Brennan Davis, orange for the Cubbies. 8 out of 25. Yep, that's not. It's the same card. But, I think this is a TJ Sycamore out of 150, our second Sycamore. How many supers do you think you'll pull this year? How many supers? Honestly, if I pull one, I'll be happy. Because I think that perspective is always important in the hobby, and I prefer that you guys have perspective. Think about the fact that we opened what was our final number? 36 cases of Series 2 and did not get one platinum. We had one of one, but we didn't hit any platinum in 36 cases. So that tells you how much product is out there. Look at that. Look at my arms. Look at that. My daughter's cat just eating me up. Bryson Stott. Merchandise sign from BB&T Ballpark. And so, you know, chrome, there's going to be a decent amount of chrome out there. I mean, you can still find jumbos and hobby from last year fairly easily. So that's why I just don't think anyone, you know. Did we ever establish if it was Brujan or Brujan? But either way, it's out of 150 for the Rays. Yep, only one Disco McCutcheon. Yes, that's the same cat. The problem was that the twins and my daughter spent the night last night over at my parents' house, and so the cat got up today. Though it follows me around all the time anyway, there was only one person in the house to play with, and he wanted to play, and it didn't matter whether or not I did because he kept attacking my arms. He would get up on the couch and come over there and just literally leap halfway across the couch, attach himself to one of my arms, and just bite me and claw me. I had to smack him on his head a couple times to get him to back off a little bit, little turd. So he is doing a pretty good job. All the way up to my, all the way up to my elbow. He's been on both arms. Little punk. If there is, Scott, we are only going to pull one. I just want quality. You know, that's what I care about. I think with Bowman, we did well on Bowman. We didn't do well on. We didn't do well with only. What's his butt? Bryce Terang. Is Bryce Terang? Who did he play with? Is he a Red Sox? I know this one. But hold on, let me think. Bryce Terang. Oh, he's a Brewer? Yeah, I was wrong. I was way wrong. Wisconsin Timber Rattler. That makes sense. I think that our 2019 Bowman draft was not quality. Our cases overall were not quality cases. I don't think we did very well with them. I think that this year's Bowman was quality. We pulled out a lot of big hits. I mean, we pulled a total of 5 Dominguez autographs, and we're not done yet. You know, we still have more potential to pull greens, and you know, Jordan Balazovic. Is this another twin? Oh, yeah, Jordan. So, you know, that's what I'm more concerned with. Is I'll take quality over, you know. $14 out of 25, orange. How come I can't get any Giants autographs? You know, Joey Bart is in here somewhere. Autographed. I don't think I've hit a Giants autograph out of this. Maybe I have. Tommy Hendry. Out of 150. This says he's a Diamondback. He's a Hillsboro Hop. Yeah, I definitely haven't hit a Bart SP. I've looked through that. Well, there will be SPs and Topps Chrome. My guesses are going to be different than the ones that are in Series 1 or Series 2. They usually are. There might be in Series in Topps Chrome some unnumbered SPs, you know. I don't know. I guess we're going to find out Friday. We are going to find out Friday. I'm still kind of contemplating whether or not we want to start selling it on Wednesday so we're ready by Friday just to roll. Then on Friday we just start digging in. Black Bart, that's I don't know that I do. I like that though. There's no black in here, is there? Is the black the one of one? I feel like I've hit a Logan Wyatt autograph out of this. But I think there are blacks in this, isn't it? Is that what the... I think that's what the one of one is in this, is a black. I can't remember. Spencer Howard. Out of 150. This says Phillies. Is it Reading or Reading? I guess it's Reading, huh? Reading Fighting Phils? Reading. Mike Yastrzemski hits a 2-run home run, bottom of the third. Giants are ahead. Have your daughter make him something. Look at that. We were just talking about it. Logan Wyatt. We were just talking about it, and there it is. A giant. Logan Wyatt. Everyone dust off your Mike Yastrzemskis. He's having a pretty good year. Will I get in trouble if I have the game on in the background? Will that break any rules since we don't monetize? You think? Does anyone know? Well, we're just going to do it. I don't think we've ever had a strike. We're pretty good. We're pretty nice about these kind of things. But I won't hear it anyway because I have the speaker off. So the only thing I can do is have the game on. So we need a black. We've had lots of red. Better dust those suckers off. I see prices on this stuff has been going up. I'm not sure that I think they were high to begin with, but whatever. The flipper thing. I like to sing the flipper thing. Madrigal. Luba. Out of 914. Lubob out of 914. Well, it hasn't cost me $500 yet, so let's hope it doesn't. Hunter Bishop. Green. All of a sudden, we're warming up with Giants here. How about a Joey Bart autograph? A Joey Bart down on the farm. I think that's what they call it. It's like a case hit. We went last case we did. It was Bobby Witt, and then the case before that it was Adley Rutschman. We've had some monster Adley Rutschman cases out of these things. I should look through my and see. So Joe Adell is getting called up in Madrigal. Ooh, you know what that means? That means there's some love for update, right? There's some love for update. You know what's interesting is that one of the teams that no one anticipated would be a hot team in Chrome is Seattle. But all of a sudden, Seattle's going to be a hot team in Chrome. Seattle's going to be a hot team. Congratulations, Cody Hosey. You are out of 99. So you have, it's actually going to be a pretty strong product though, because you have 4 teams on the main tier, right? You have the Blue Jays, the Dodgers, the White Sox, and the who am I missing? Astros. Then on the what's up, Rebel? And then on the second tier, you have the Reds, the Cubs, and now Seattle. That's pretty strong. That's pretty strong when you think about it. That's a pretty strong setup. Logan Gilbert, God damn it. Future, this is the one I was talking about. Logan Gilbert is a Pirate, right? West Virginia Power. We're going to find out. I think Logan Gilbert. I don't know. Let's find out who he is on the checklist together. Logan Gilbert. What am I thinking? He's a Mariner. Why am I not thinking? That's a nice one for the Mariners. What is the matter with me? Another Giants, Luis Matos. Logan Gilbert, Seattle Mariners. Yeah, I know that. How many Mariners have we got? Logan is a Mariner. You're not late, Rebel, anyway. You're just fashionable. You're fashionable. Bob. Haven't hit a Rutschman yet. I'm telling you, Donovan Solano, up until the day before yesterday, he was leading the league in hitting, 444, and he was leading the league in RBIs with 13. That was all of the majors. His rookie is 2013. Or is it 2012 update? It's either 2012 update or 2013. I might have to work on the Green Giants team set the way it's going. Because I'm only missing a couple. I'm sure I have some other ones. Glenn Allen Hill Jr. Joe Adell. That's good. We need a few more rookies to come up and help strengthen that. Royce Lewis. is a Wahoo out of 99. I should know Royce Lewis. Is Royce Lewis a twin? Somebody knows. So I can write it down. Tim Tebow. Dominic Fletcher. He is a Cougar. Dominic Fletcher. Diamondback. We'll double check the checklist, but I'm pretty sure he was a Diamondback. What? Here, let me check it. Make sure. Dominic Fletcher? Oh, he was? Well, okay. Dang, alright. That's fine. Let's bring him over. I really do like this product. I don't know about you guys, but I really do. I think the variety has been good, except for those big patches that are kind of sucky to begin with. No offense, but they really got to figure out something to do other than put an extra autograph. Get rid of those sucky patches. You know? Don't have 2 autographs and 2 additional hits. Just have 3 autographs. Don't worry about the additional hits. Because we've never had a box that has 4 autos in it. So you're getting 3 plus. Hey, look at that. Joey Bart is down on the farm. 10th anniversary jersey. So their 10th anniversary jersey was stark white and boring. But that's okay. You can never have too many Giants. Cameron. Max Lazar. Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. That means he's a Brewer. Max Lazar. Blue. You know what? I haven't had a really strong Giants break until now. This has been my first strong Giants break. You know, I did really well though. In I can't complain about Series 2. I did extremely well in Series 2. I imagine I'm going to do okay in Chrome. I'm highest on the rookie class with Dubon. I like Dubon the most for the Giants. So I think Logan Webb's a pretty good pitcher. He's never going to be he may never be an all-star pitcher, but he's all right. Never did get the Mays SSP. I'll wait a couple years and get it, or CL will find it for me in a trade. CL's pretty good at finding those kind of things for me. The last wave of stuff that he sent me, I mean, you want to talk about dang near rainbows? My goodness, I had dang near rainbows of Cameron Cannon. I'm pretty close to the rainbow with all the stuff that CL got me last time. Ronnie Mauricio, military night jersey. He is a Met. But I always when I send him stuff, I'm like, sell it or trade it. You know, I'm looking for, he knows what I'm looking for Giants, so. The Maze has an SSPN 1 and 2. And I'm pretty sure CL got me the one from Series 1. I do not have the one from Series 2. I never did. And the pricing, I'm not, it's funny that I say things like this, but I'm a little bit of a cheapskate. That I don't want to spend $30 on it, but, I'll get around to it. Gus Varland, Oakland A's. That's good. The only Oakland A's autograph there is. And there it is. Gus Varland. Went to many games with the Ports. I wonder if I ever went the same time as Annette. You think we ever went the same game together, Annette? Well, that's a one-sided conversation. I guess I should bug her when she has her headphones on. One has a buy it now for $70. Yeah, I need to stop being such a cheapskate. I really do. Eventually, when I go back through my stuff, I will start filling in holes for rainbows. And oh, you know what I did pick up? I did end up picking up the last card I needed for my 2019 Topps Chrome Giants team rainbow. I did finally pick up the guy kept bringing down the price on the last one I needed, which was the Evan Longoria, and he brought it down to 40, and I countered at 32, and he accepted. So I did get the Longoria, which is the last one I needed for that. So I do have the 2018, and 2019 Topps Chrome Team Rainbow, full team rainbow for the Giants. And this year is going to be a lot more expensive. So I'm hoping I can hit him early and get lucky. So that's good. I like that, building the rainbows. They're always fun. Volpe. Dude, I was going... Yeah, Rebel, that would be smart. And I don't do things smart. I do things lazy. No, I don't count the superfractor, honestly, as part of the rainbow. I just think it, Gray Kessinger. This says he is an Astro. Let's find out. Because it's, I get the out of fives are tough to get to, but, no. None of the 101. To me, I set those apart because if I'm going to go to the 101s, then I've got to make sure that I have all the press plates. And Alec Marsh. Alec Marsh. This says the Royals. Is Alec Marsh actually a Royal? Rebel, you're right there. You know. You draw the lines, and for me, I don't worry about whether this one is a blue is a blue. I don't want a blue. I don't care if I get the blue, the true blue, or the blue wave. Just give me one or the other. I don't try to get in all the fine points. I'm just happy to see one of each color. You know what I'm saying? Well, my rainbow is better. Someone told me that once. Well, okay. I mean, if you think your rainbow is better. I'm happy for you. I have one of each of the colors for every single Giants player in 2018 and 19, including the inserts. So I'm happy with that. And I would bet all of the red autos too. I bet you I have the auto rainbows too at this point because I've been buying up red autos. Ooh, look at that. How about CJ Abrams again? Is this our second gold CJ Abrams? And I think this one said 50 out of 50. Look at that. I think we just went 2 gold CJ Abrams autos. That's pretty good. I think that's our second gold. Whoever has the Padres, are you keeping track? Who has the Padres? The Padres belong to John. Is he here? John, are you here? Zach Thompson. So our big boy, this one is clearly CJ Abrams. Zach Thompson. I think they canceled the Cardinals series. Is that what I saw today? They canceled the series because some Cardinals have COVID or something. Again, I wish they would have just put in there. I mean, I know it sounds mean, and I don't mean for it to. That you just are going to have to forfeit. You know, if the game can't be played by one team because they have it, then you know. All right, guys. Last box of Mojo. Let's get some last box Mojo going. I'm going to give you guys a minute to Mojo while I flip over to the game. It hasn't been bad. It's only been a couple of teams. Colorado's playing some good baseball. But I think it is. I think it is to John. I think you have 2 gold. That's nice. Sam's had what? Sam 3 autos, I think, for the Twins. 3 autos. Yankees have 2. You want to see what I do? This is what I do. There. Does that look like it's sorted at all to you? That is my current box of Giants. It's about full. That is my current box of Giants. Brian Campusano, we've had him before. I don't know who he is. Campusano. Who is Campusano with? Hey, Nat, do you remember who Campusano's with? Remember who that guy's with? Campusano. I have shoe boxes of 1,600 counts, and I got more than I care to admit. And look, and here it is. I'm just going to show you this. Is my current stack that's sitting here immediately to my left. I'll just show you guys real quick. Here's the current stack that I haven't put away yet. Nick Quintana. He's a White Sox, right? No, he's a Tiger, right? Quintana's a Tiger, yes. Detroit Tigers. When I tell you guys, you know, Think about Series 1. We did, I know we did more than 60 cases of Series 1, and all those giants are in boxes. We did 36 cases of Series 2, and all those giants are just, in between everything else that we've done. Price and stock for the Phillies. They're just there. I need to get a little intern dude in here and have him sort. Price and stock out of 150. That's good, Ryan. You got it right, too. Actually, you got it worded wrong. But you started with the man comma, which is, I think, the important part. Man comma, it's been a long time since you've hit a blank auto. Yeah. A little bit. Yours sounds like a Shakespearean play, you know what I'm saying? Mine sounds more, oh yeah, Camposano the Met. Oh yeah, look right, that's why, St. Lucie Mets. Man, comma, it's been a long time since you hit a blank auto. Mine's more colloquial phrasing, where you're more, like I said, a little more Shakespearean. If yours wound up in a play, people would be like, yeah. That's the thing, Sam. I have a hard time. Every once in a while, someone says, dude, I'm missing X giant to complete my set. I don't care if it's a common that I have 500 of. I hate giving them up. I give them up, but man, I do so grudgingly. And then I put them in my little black book of people that I'm going to get even with later on. It's weird that it's mostly Mandy. Is that weird? Brock, Death Rage. My throat's a little. Brock, Deathridge. Detroit Tigers. I hope he makes the pros. Ronnie Mauricio, nice auto out of 99. That's nice. Did I give you any? I think I sent you some, didn't I? Did I openly pitch a fit on the feed? I might have done that. I do that sometimes. Ronnie Mauricio for the Mets out of 99. I give him up. When that guy asked me to help him finish his Willie Mays insert set out of, what was that out of? Heritage. I sent him, he needed like 6 of them, and I sent him all 6 of them. I didn't like it. But I sent them. Because, the whole time I'm sorting through, I'm looking for them. I'm like, are some of these SPs? Am I giving this guy something that's short printed that I don't want to give him? Yes, I have. Some people just are not willing to give their stuff up. And more power to them. More power to them. Come on. You're fighting me. There you go. Last stack, and then we will do a recap. Not if you're a Yankees fan and you get an Aaron Judge. Is it Aaron Judge who's hitting the ball, cover off the ball, or Stanton? Or both? Daniel Johnson. I think Daniel Johnson's a Ray or a Marlin. I think he's a Ray. Jesus Sanchez. Jesus Sanchez. I don't know who he is either. Hey, now look up Jesus Sanchez. New Orleans baby cakes. Being dealt from Tampa Bay to Miami in mid-2019, so he's a Marlin. And he is an Indian? Johnson is an Indian. Crazy. That was part of my reason for not picking the Yankees this year. Was I honestly believe they would both be hurt for the bulk of the season. But with them healthy, all bets are off. All bets are off. I mean, honestly, with the two of them healthy, all bets are off. Because if the Yankees can pitch at all and the two of them are hitting like they're hitting, they're going to run over the entire American League. They're just gonna overpower everyone. All right, let's start doing some autos and some color and some base. Blue. Orange auto. Blue. Blue auto. Blue auto. Orange. Blue. 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 Oh, we had Riley Green and C.J. Abrams. Man, that's a pretty good combo for gold. But we did have two C.J. Abrams gold, but one of them was not autographed. This is such a fun product. I really do enjoy this product. There's just so much variety, you know what I'm saying? There's so much that you can get into with this. So many different ways you can have good combinations of cards. I think we had two reds, right? Blue and another gold and the base and the green and the blue. Did we have a red? We did, yeah. Blue go, green and blue and base and base and there. And that's where we started. Okay, so we put the autos aside. And we're going to start with these. Fragments of the Farm, Nate Pearson for the Blue Jays, C.J. Abrams for the Padres, Campusano for the Mets, Garcia for the Phillies, Nick Gordon for the Twins, Kyle Stowers for the Orioles, Grant Fenter for the Orioles, Bryson Stott for the Phillies. Am I centered? Okay. Bryce Terang for the Brewers. Honestly, so was I, Ryan. I mean, it's a minor league product, but really, it was fun last year too. But this year, I enjoyed more. Ryan Mauricio for the Mets and Campusano out of 99 for the Mets. For the medallions, all of them are numbered. Out of 99, Cody Hosey for the Dodgers. Out of 99, Bryson Stott for the Phillies. Ryan Jensen for the Cubs out of 50, and Alek Manoah for the Blue Jays out of 10. And then these guys out of 989, Forrest Whitley for the Astros. Out of 889, Jose Gomez for the Phillies. Out of 914, Lou Bob for the White Sox. And out of 1,089, geez, Daniel Johnson for the Indians. That's a lot of pieces to cut a jersey up into, right? Let's go with blue. These are non-autos. Dominic Fletcher, Jake Sanford, Moreno. I'm going to go, we'll flip them over. Dominic Fletcher is a Diamondback. Jake Sanford is a Yankee. Moreno is a Blue Jay. Lansing Lugnuts. Thompson for the White Sox. Jensen for the Cubs. Mike Smith for the Mets. Or Kevin Smith, I'm sorry. He's a, Rumble Pony. Mike Smith, where did I get that from? Reese Hines for the Reds. Greg Jones for the Rays. I don't even remember hitting this. Alex Fado for the Tigers. Really, he's a Erie Seawolf. I'm going to look and see if we have another one like that. Bruhan for the Rays. Tommy Henry for the Diamondbacks. Spencer Howard for the Phillies. Nick Lazar for the Brewers. Kessinger for the Astros. And Bryson Stott for the Phillies. Green, Matthew Lugo for the Red Sox. Brady McConnell for the Royals. Ryan Nelson for the Diamondbacks. Pena for the Astros. Cabrera for the Marlins. Cody Hosey for the Dodgers. Wander Franco for the Rays. Royce Lewis for the Twins. Brock for the Tigers. And Sanchez for the Marlins. Not Marlins, the Marlin. 5 gold, non-auto. Hunter Green for the Reds. Braylon Marquez for the Cubs. Adam Hall for the Orioles. C.J. Abrams for the Padres. And Zach Thompson for the Cardinals. And then 2 orange, non-auto. Brennan Davis for the Cubs. And Matthew Thompson for the White Sox. All right, now let's get to autos. These are base autos. Cannon Cameron for the Red Sox. Montero for the Cardinals. Sycamore for the Yankees. Henderson for the Orioles. Paris for the Angels. Wallner for the Twins. Cantorino for the Twins. Gorski for the Phillies. J.J. Goss for the Rays. Dre Jameson for the Diamondbacks. Logan Driscoll. For the Padres. Darn it. Espino for the Indians. Dominic Fletcher for the Diamondbacks. Varland for the A's. Alec Marsh for the Royals. And Quintana for the Tigers. Hey, look at that. They're going smoothly through it. It must be Christmas. Blue out of 150. Robinson for the Diamondbacks. Montero for the Cardinals. And Sycamore for the Yankees. So 2 different Sycamore. Green. These are out of 99. Hall for the Orioles. Dang it. Gabriel Cancel. Don't remember him, for the Royals. And Ronnie Mauricio for the Mets. Out of this one is a case hit. Future Cornerstones out of 85. Logan Gilbert for the Mariners. Out of 50, these were probably the best 2. C.J. Abrams is 50 out of 50 for the Padres, and for the Tigers, 12 out of 50, Riley Green. 1 orange of Balazovic, or Balazovic. Is it Balazovic or Balazovic? Either way. He's for the Minnesota Twins. 13 out of 25. And then 1 red, Ryan Nelson. He's a Diamondback, and he is 6 out of 10. There you go, guys. Man, I really enjoy that product. Good conversation. Thank you all for listening to my boring story. I appreciate it as always. we're gonna get to sorting, and then we will have another break tomorrow. I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out tonight. I'm gonna put up a questionnaire. I'm gonna poll about starting to sell the Topps Chrome on Wednesday, so we can just get up and get into it on Friday. We'll see what everyone says. So thank you as always. You guys have a great rest of your night. If I can do anything for anyone, please let me know, and I will talk to you guys later.